The bond between siblings is something truly special, isn't it? It's a connection forged in childhood, built on shared secrets, late-night talks, and the promise to always have each other's back. For me and my older brother Leo, that bond was our entire world. He was my hero, my protector, the one who taught me how to ride a bike and how to stand up for myself. But one day, our world was shattered. It started like any other Tuesday. Leo, with his usual bright smile, was heading to a meeting for his startup. He'd poured his heart, soul, and every penny he had into this company, a revolutionary tech idea he believed would change lives. He was meeting with a potential investor, a man named Marcus Thorne, who had a reputation for being ruthless but brilliant. Leo was optimistic. This was the break he'd been waiting for. I wished him luck, never imagining it would be the last time I'd see him so full of hope. Hours later, the call came. It wasn't from Leo, it was from a hospital. There had been an accident. My blood ran cold. The details were blurry. A hit and run. The police said the driver didn't even slow down. My brother, my vibrant, fearless Leo, was gone, just like that. The light of my life, extinguished. The days that followed were a fog of grief. At the funeral I saw Marcus Thorne. He had the audacity to show up, offering hollow condolences, his face a mask of fake sympathy. But I saw something in his eyes, a flicker of relief. It was a tiny crack in his facade, but it was enough. A seed of suspicion was planted. I couldn't let it go. The police investigation stalled, with no witnesses and no leads. They called it a tragic accident. I called it something else. I started digging, fueled by a grief that had hardened into pure determination. I spent my nights poring over company records, financial statements, anything I could find about Thorne and his dealings with my brother. Leo was meticulous. He kept detailed notes of every meeting, and in his journal I found it. The truth. Leo had discovered that Thorne wasn't just an investor. He was a corporate predator. He'd been stealing Leo's proprietary code, planning to launch a competing product and crush him before he even got started. The meeting wasn't about investment. It was a confrontation. Leo had planned to expose him. Thorne couldn't let that happen. He had a motive, and it was a powerful one. But motive wasn't proof. I needed more. I needed to get inside Thorne's world. So, I changed. I traded my comfortable life for a new identity. I became someone else. Someone Thorne would never suspect. With a new name, a new look, and a fabricated resume that was too good to ignore, I applied for a job at Thorne's company. It was a huge risk, but I knew his type. He was arrogant, overconfident, and always looking for the next brilliant mind to exploit. I positioned myself as that mind, and he took the bait. I was hired as a junior analyst, a nobody, but a nobody with access. Working inside Thorne Industries was like walking into the lion's den. Every smile was a calculated move, every compliment a hidden threat. Thorne's office was on the top floor, a glass fortress overlooking the city. He was a king in his castle, untouchable, or so he thought. I played the part of the eager, ambitious employee perfectly. I worked late, took on extra projects, and made myself indispensable. All the while I was watching, listening, and gathering pieces of the puzzle. I learned about his secret servers, his encrypted files, and his paranoid security measures. My breakthrough came from an unexpected place. Thorne's personal assistant, a woman who had been terrified into silence for years. I didn't threaten her. I listened. I shared a little of my own story. Not the whole truth, but enough for her to see a kindred spirit. One evening she quietly slipped me a keycard. Not just any keycard, but a master key with temporary access to Thorne's private server room. It was only valid for a 10-minute window during a system reboot that night. This was my one and only shot. My heart was pounding so hard I thought it would burst. Slipping into the server room felt like a scene from a movie. The hum of the machines was deafening. My hands shook as I plugged in the drive. Every second felt like an hour. I copied everything: encrypted emails, hidden financial records, and the one thing I was desperately searching for, his car's GPS data from the night Leo died. The system came back online just as I pulled the drive and slipped out, my footsteps echoing in the empty hallway. Back at my apartment, with the data downloaded, I finally had him. The GPS records were undeniable. His car was at the exact location of the hit and run, at the exact time. The speed data showed he accelerated, not braked. I also found emails between Thorne and a shady contact, discussing a problem being permanently solved. It was all there, the cold, hard proof. But I wasn't just going to hand it to the police. That wasn't enough. Thorne had destroyed my brother's legacy. I was going to destroy his. The next day was the company's annual shareholder meeting, Thorne's biggest day of the year. He was set to announce a new flagship product, the very product he had stolen from my brother. He stood on stage, basking in the applause, the picture of success. He began his presentation, the slides flashing behind him, and then the screen flickered. His face, smug and confident, was replaced by something else. It was his GPS data, his incriminating emails, a photo of his damaged car from a private repair shop, and finally, a smiling picture of Leo. A collective gasp filled the auditorium. The feed was being broadcast live to news outlets across the world. I was in the control room, my finger on the button. Thorne's face turned from shock to fury to sheer panic. He tried to shut it down, but it was too late. His empire was crumbling around him, live on air, for everyone to see. In that moment, watching his world burn, I didn't feel joy. I didn't feel hatred. I felt quiet. I felt justice. The police were waiting for him as he stumbled off stage. It was over. Later, sitting by Leo's grave, I told him everything. I told him how I had used the strength he gave me to ensure his memory would not be forgotten. His stolen technology, now recovered, would be launched as he intended, with all profits going to a foundation for young innovators in his name. Leo's dream would live on. My revenge wasn't just about punishment, it was about restoration. It was for Leo, always for Leo. Thank you so much for listening to my story. It's a reminder that even in our darkest moments, the love we have for people can give us the strength to do the impossible. If you were moved by this story, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. We'll see you next time.